You've had some success ever since you came back from injury. How are you feeling with the way you've performed in the last 5 games?
Fairly happy with it. I think as a team we're playing well, so it makes it easier for me to play well, and just focusing on doing the small details right, getting to the front of the net, things like that. And yeah, it's been working out for me.
You're such a physical player out there. Is there any trepidation with your injury? Are you ever worried about re-injury, or are you just fully focused out there and feeling good?
Yeah, that's always a battle for somebody that comes back from injury. It's hard to get over that hump of like forgetting about it and not being tentative. But I think, yeah, I've done a good job so far, not paying attention to it much and just kind of disregarding it and trusting that it's there and it's ready.
A loss like this that, the tables turn so late in the game, how difficult is it as a team to regroup after something like that?
Yeah, it's tough to come back from, but it's also like a learning piece. And it's at this point in the season, I think guys learn a lot from it, and it stings and it hurts, and it's something that we don't want to feel again. So we'll be ready for the next one.
And in terms of your personal growth, what have you noticed the most about your play? I know you were injured for quite some time, but compared to last year?
I think using my teammates well, and not only setting up the offensive zone, like skating pucks in, but then trying to generate off that, and then finding spots in the open ice where guys can use me and I can shoot the puck.
And out there, you and Shaw seem to be playing well together on the same line. What's it like for you playing with him?
Yeah, it makes it easy. He's a veteran guy. He talks really well. He's very vocal. Thinks the game well, and obviously he's a great player, knows how to pass, knows how to shoot. So try and get him the puck, and he's been getting it back to me, and it's been working out well.
There's been a lot of talk around the team about details. How do you feel, I guess, in the games that you've played in the last few games? Have you seen the details really coming together as a team?
Yeah, for the most part, I think, especially our last game against Syracuse, I think our details were really tight, as in like we're on top of their team, like playing them tight, not giving them too much space in the offensive zone and in the D zone, so they can't transition. Things like that go a long way in the 60-minute game, and it tires them out, and I think that's been big for us.
I know you've said you've tried to avoid the second period slump. Today, you guys allowed 2 quick goals, but were you happy with how the team responded for that third goal?
Yeah, the starts in the first period have been a consistency of ours. I would say today's first period wasn't as strong as they normally are. It was tough getting off to the start, having to kill one off. You got a lot of guys that don't see their first shift for a while to start the game, and it was just hard for all 4 lines to get into a flow and rhythm of it. I actually thought the second period we came out and started finding our game more. The fight by Hoff obviously drove a lot of momentum for us and energy on the bench, and outside of the quick span of goals against, we started to see our gameplay come back, much like we saw for 60 minutes yesterday. But at the end of the day, they still made it hard on us. They're a fast team, and we needed to do a better job of stalling them out and not giving up as many shots.
And as a player, Bobby McMann said these types of losses can sting. As a coach, how do you get your guys focused on the next one?
We have a great group this year. We're always going to look at the film and talk about how we can be better structurally or what our plan is. We talk with the guys all the time about where we're at in the season and get their feedback, and they talk amongst themselves in the meetings and hear each other. With what we want to look like and how we want to be moving forward, and really proud of the group and the type of character that we have in the room. Everybody's really focused and really driven, and I have no doubt, if we find games like this that are a little bit inconsistent, there's always a response.
I talked to Seth Appert before the game, and he was talking a little bit about how competitive this division is. He says their team would have a battle against any team in this division. What's your thoughts on the level of competition?
Yeah, it's a hard division, and every team in our division, their power plays are rolling right now. So it's been a struggle for, we've talked about our penalty kill, who had a great night again tonight. We're really starting to stack it together there, but almost every team's gone through penalty kill troubles because every team's power play is rolling, and there's a lot of talent in the division, and every team competes. There's really no night off in this league and in this division.
Mark Johnstone seems to be drawing a lot of penalties, and he's playing really consistently out there. Are you happy with the growth you've seen, especially from last year? He only played a couple of games with you, and now what you've seen this season?
Yeah, he's starting to turn the corner of getting comfortable with his confidence at this level. his competitiveness and his work ethic and blocking shots and drawing penalties, responsibility with our defensive structure, and now you're starting to see him make a few really good puck plays through the middle of the rink and setting up teammates. And I think that'll only get stronger as the year goes on. And it's hard for any player to come into a league, and they're always trying to establish themselves to be trustworthy and be responsible and do everything by the team. And then as they solidify themselves, they start getting more opportunity. Then the other stuff starts to come along with it.
How would you describe the way Bobby McMann is playing since he's came back from his injury?
Powerful, impactful, really strong guy, wins a lot of puck battles, transports the puck, obviously can shoot it as well. He had been getting some chances as of late. They hadn't been going in. It was good to see him get them today.
And when you look at the stretch of games with such a young defense core, how would you describe the way they've handled themselves over this stretch?
Really well. Like I've said before, there's not a lot of experience or games played if you add them all up together, and to be where we're at in our division and to be playing against a division that's really hard to play against and really competitive, to be the young core that they are, to be doing as well as they are, it's really impressive.
And just on Alex Steves, you talked a little bit last night to Todd about him having a little bit of frustration. Is there anything you say to him as a coach, and what is that sort of frustration that he is feeling?
Maybe frustration isn't the right word. He's impacted our team and played really strong in a lot of ways. I think anytime you have a guy who is, identifies as a shooter and a goal scorer, if you're not feeling the back of the net, sometimes it can feel frustrating. But that's not to say that he hasn't had a lot of impact in other areas. And he worked through a process of just studying his shifts and studying his game and trying to piece together specific sequences to get multiple touches and find scoring opportunities. And he's been able to do that in the last couple games.
Thanks,
Thank
Coach.
you.